Social. My name is Justin.
It's your boy Sean.
It's your boy Shamwell, aka Sham Amazing, aka Sham Bam Kablam, aka out of all the 27 of those shots, I would at least make 3 of them. H-Town Finals, let's go.
We're not gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that shit.
This is episode 10. We're in 10 episodes. All right. 10th episode. Thank you for tuning in for all this time, for all 10 of our episodes. The 10th.
The 10th.
There's an F in there somewhere.
If you ain't tuning in, your mom.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so...
JK, bro.
No, we start off fire right
I know, right? Just swing it for the... All right, so we're gonna touch on a bunch of topics today. We're going to talk about our hometown Rockets. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals, which... we're going to talk about the NBA. We're going to talk about the Texans and the NFL.
we're going to talk about some shit.
We're going to talk about the Astros, and then we're going to wrap it up with boxing, MMA, and just stuff going on around the world. So without further ado... let's go ahead and jump into it. It's probably not the happiest of news, but the Rockets unfortunately fell to the Warriors in 7.
This is something I can't really.
It was in heartbreaking fashion, just knowing that we were one game away from the finals. It was for one half. It was a tale of two halves, just like every other game. You know, we storm out for the first 2 halves. Third quarter, they make a run.
Keep going. No. You did it sweet. Keep going.
Okay. Well, they came out in the third, and we just couldn't recover. You know, we didn't have Chris Paul. Chris Paul had a grade 2 hamstring strain, and so lucky. I know.
Not us, them.
Damn, it was so bad. They tried to make him play, but he couldn't explode off of it. He could look. You either go play the music, you're not gonna sing along with it too. But They didn't die.
Hey, no, fuck that. Y'all did that same shit to me when fucking Golden State whooped the Spurs ass. Yeah. No. Both y'all can get it.
That was an actual ass whooping. This is game 7.
Oh, but see, it's way more depressing for y'all because obviously we didn't have our star players.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So.
That's besides the point. Anyways, another stat that was...
And weren't y'all number 1?
Yeah, we were number 1. Yeah, Boston was number 1 too. And
we ain't talking about the East, talking about the West.
No, Toronto was number 1. They got swept.
But they were the highest seed. Boston was the higher seed. We historically missed 27 threes in a row. That's the highest in the NBA history. You know, and we've talked about just this team in general. And, you know, I've said a couple of times, you know, this team lives by the 3 and dies by the 3, you know. And this was just a case of that coming into fruition. They defend really well, and we just, you know, we were scoring so much in the paint. That first half, Clint Capella was doing so well, and I don't know why we steered away from that. It was like they kept getting a lead, they got a lead, and we went into panic mode, and it's just, you know, when you're down by, you know, 9, 12 points, you think, let me just hit this big 3, and then the momentum can come in our way, but when you're missing 22, 23, 24 of them, you know, there has to be a point where you just abandon that mindset. You call a timeout, re-strategize, attack.
It was literally the worst time the Rockets came on a slump.
Right.
They had Clay. Clay had 3 fouls in the first half, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4. 3 fouls.
But see, it wasn't about like changing like the game plan. It was just because they could have still shot the threes. It was just okay. At one point, you're gonna have to make some easy baskets. You're gonna have to drive in. You know, and it's basically just like you said. Why did they stray away from, you know, giving the ball to Clint Capella and making those easy baskets?
Yeah.
Like Harden and Clint, that's the 1-2 punch of the Rockets, really.
I don't know why they swayed away from that.
Yeah.
It's just you know, hindsight is 20/20. When you look back on it, you say they should have done this, they should have done that. But in the moment, you know, it's really hard because you are playing a stacked team, you know, and they do make it hard. Maybe we don't see it, but like they're defending. The little things that they're doing is making it hard for us. So. Man, it sucked after the game when the buzzer sounded. You saw Clint Capella, you know, crying a little bit, you know.
A little bit of they wanted it so bad.
Crying
Jared wanted it, Trevor wanted it, PJ wanted it. They all wanted it. And then you could see Chris's reaction when he's just sitting there helpless. He can't do anything.
He was mad. He hit the chair next to him. Did you hear I read something where PJ Tucker, the night before, he got 3 root canals. 3 of them. They drilled into 3 of his teeth. He didn't tell any of his teammates, and he went and played in that game.
Because he didn't want no excuses.
And he hustled hard. He was the dog on our team, and he was fighting.
I want these same guys, except one, maybe two off the roster.
Ryan Anderson
and I wouldn't mind. See, here's the thing. What everybody knows is that, okay, I don't want to start this rumor thing, but obviously everybody's been, with the word on LeBron. Everybody's been talking about it, so we're going to talk about it a little bit.
Might as well.
To get LeBron, you're going to have to let go of somebody.
Not somebody, somebody's.
Yeah, somebody's. Let me listen to that. It's plural. Somebody's. So it's going to have to, I think it's going to be Eric, to be honest. I don't want
absolutely.
it to be him.
Absolutely.
See, I thought it would be like Trevor Ariza first.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent regardless.
He's a free agent regardless, so he can just re-sign for the Lolo if he wants to get that ring. Because if LeBron comes over here, whoever has to leave is going to be like, damn it. Fuck.
Yeah, Cleveland's going to be in such a bad position because they gridlocked themselves to terrible players. JR got a ridiculous contract. Tristan Thompson got that ridiculous contract. Who else got?
And then they just got what's his face?
George Hill.
George Hill, Clarkson, and
and they're paying all these money to people.
And they did all this assuming that LeBron was still going to stay.
Yep.
And they never got like a confirmation.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
Because he's still carrying them.
Yeah.
He is.
It's pretty much
he's still carrying, so it's hard to ask him.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same shit that happened before all that trade happened.
But at least they had Kyrie to take some of the load off of him. But now they don't. So who knows what they're gonna do? But we're gonna touch on the finals. Let's just wrap up this Rocket season, man. It's been.
No. We can take our time with it.
What?
No, we can keep talking about it.
Oh, okay. We know.
It's been a good season. It's been a season full of surprises. When these people were coming in, when the season was starting and Chris Paul came, a lot of people doubted that was going to work, and we proved a lot of people wrong. We went to 7 with the God Mode team on NBA 2K. I thought we were gonna at least lose, like take it, but like barely.
I feel like I feel like the Rockets should have took it.
I feel like if any team had a chance against them, it was the Rockets.
Yeah, and like obviously you did if y'all went to 7 games. Of course, missing factor was CP3, but y'all still could have won. And I was at work the other day.
Yeah.
I think it's the day after the Rockets lost. I was at work the other day, and of course, there's a lot of Rockets fans at work. I'm not gonna say his whole name, but so I'm just gonna call him Joe. Joe told me that one of my other coworkers said that, hey, you notice how Golden State wasn't like when Golden State was playing on that side.
Yeah.
On that side where like the Rockets missed all 27 of those threes. When
Mm-hmm.
Golden State did it, they was missing a lot of shots too.
Yeah.
Talking like the rim was off and some shit. I was like, first of all, it's at home court.
Yeah.
First of all, it's at home court. So really, what you're saying is that your own organization sabotaged the team. Yeah. That's really what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like, and personally, I don't really take much stock in conspiracy theories, but that's one of the most stupidest conspiracy theories I ever fucking heard.
No, he really thought that.
Yeah, no, and it basically proved to me is like he can't let it go. It's like, bro, you lost. Like, just get over it. You lost. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You lost. Like, Golden State legit was the better team. Yes. Is it unfair? Hell yeah. Like, that team is stacked. That starting lineup, that happens 5. It's freaking stacked.
Still a stupid name.
Yeah, it really is. Even though you got Iguodala out, but that doesn't really matter because he was mostly there for defense anyway.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, dude. Y'all lost. A lot of Rockets fans like, I'm sorry for your loss. He's gonna have to get over it.
But there were those
everybody lost. A lot of people lost Golden State.
There were those 2 fouls that Scott Foster pulled back. James Harden on 2 3-point attempts. He was clearly fouled.
And that 4-point play.
And that 4-point and that moving screen on him. So Scott Foster is not without blame either, I think, in my opinion. But these things go anyway. When you leave the game to the refs, it's a losing fight. But those are 2 questionable calls.
Dude, this is like one of the biggest years where they're really talking about him a lot.
Scott Foster,
and it's not even biased. It's just like everybody's saying it's either Scott Foster or
Ken Maurer, Tony Brothers.
The worst, dude. I don't know.
Those 3 are like the worst.
I don't know how Adam Silver considers them the best. when they've done the worst fundamental calls?
I think that's going to be called into question after
this season.
Finals. Honestly, I really think that's going to be called into question.
Mm-hmm. Especially after some incidents that took place last night during Game 1. But we'll get to that. So, yeah, go Rockets. Hopefully, we'll see how the offseason goes. We'll track it.
Football season.
We'll track it. Yeah, we'll on to bigger and better things. So, with that being said, let's touch on Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors took it 122 to 117.
In overtime, which was like bull stuff.
So, let's set up that scene. What led to overtime. So,
okay, sure.
The Cavaliers were down 106 to 107, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And George Hill gets fouled.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with like 15 seconds left.
Damn it.
And George Hill he makes the first one, ties the game, right?
Right.
So he shoots a second free throw.
He should have made it.
He should have made it. It was a routine free throw.
Right.
He misses it.
81%, by the way.
80% shooter, yeah. He misses it. J.R. Smith gets the rebound and dribbles the clock out. And
3.5 seconds on a 4.7 seconds. 4.7 seconds on the clock. He wasted 3.5 seconds.
He's dribbling, and LeBron's like pointing to him. He's like, "Give me the ball. If you're not going to give me the ball, pass it to somebody else."
Yes.
And J.R. Smith finally passes it to the corner. I think it's Jordan Clarkson.
Was it George Hill?
No, it was Clarkson.
Clarkson takes it, airballs it, of course, shot clock violation regardless.
But it did look like he got fouled, though.
It did.
It did look like he got fouled, but nobody called it.
Yeah.
I think he'd had a better chance in right with it. Is he good on floaters? I don't really ever see him do a floater. J.R. Smith. Because he had the ball like 2 feet away from the rim when he got it.
He could have laid it up.
He could have done a little finger roll.
Yes. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Man. But that game, to be honest, I wasn't really focused on it in the first half because it wasn't, I was one of these people that I was just like, man, the Cavs are going to get smacked. I'm just going to watch it in the second half for any kind of theatrics or anything. So I watched the replays again, and there was a point where JR crashes into Klay Thompson's knee, and his knee bends in an awkward way, and he went to the locker room, and he came out. They taped him up. He came out, and he was good, and he scored for them. But Brian Windhorst from the low post, was it 4 hours ago? He said he tweeted, "How is Klay Thompson's leg gonna feel? I saw him after the game, and he was limping. He was limping pretty good."
Good.
So is it the same leg where he got hurt when he banged his Harden's knee?
Yeah, but see, that's a bang. This thing, when you see the replay, his knee bends. It hyperextends. It's not forward and backwards, sideways. Like JR fell into him and his knee went. So we'll see how it goes. When that adrenaline's pumping, like you don't really feel as much pain as you're supposed to be feeling.
Until after.
But man, he's probably feeling it all last night or all today.
Yeah.
All day today and probably into tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. The call the thing that everybody's talking about. The charge call.
Yeah.
This was at the end of regular.
Got overturned.
Yeah, and I've never seen that happen before. I've always seen if the referee called it, they called it, and it was unanimously called. Both referees called it. Mm-hmm. Then KD and all the Warriors were like, replay, run it back. And they did, and I was so confused because I've never seen that before.
Home court advantage.
I've never seen that, and everybody on Twitter was talking about it. Everybody was going crazy. They're like, "You can do that?"
Yeah,
and
that's never been called.
It's never been called before. They've never switched it. In the middle. Like usually, it's just instantaneous, either blocking or charge. Yeah, and so they just go on. They proceed as usual, but they stop the clock.
Right.
And everybody was pissed. And Rachel Nichols, she got a quote from Ty Lue. He says, quote, he's outside the restricted area, and you go and overturn the call and say it's a block? It's never been done, ever, in the history of the game. And tonight in the finals on the biggest stage, when our team played well, played our ass off, it ain't right. It ain't right. And that's from the Rachel Nichols Twitter. He has a valid excuse. Mm-hmm. I mean, even because the referees did come out and, tweet a official reasoning for it. They said, quote, James was still sliding to his left when Durant started his upward motion. True. They might have been right.
Okay.
They might have been right. They might have, regardless. Once you call it on the court, it's on the court. It's done.
Yeah.
That's just the way.
It's really just a stupid rule.
The one thing I didn't see was the time. What time was that?
That was at the end of regulation, like in crunch time, dude. I think it was. I don't think there was a minute left on the clock.
No,
because you can review under 2 minutes.
For a charge call, though.
Well, you can review anything under the. But did they review it?
Yeah, they reviewed it, but it's never been done before. So I don't know.
The thing is, I didn't watch the game. I just watched highlights because I refused to give it my rating.
So, man, it was.
I watched it.
It was questionable.
They didn't even. They didn't even sell out.
Yeah,
for game one
because everybody thought Cavs were just gonna get smacked.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be competitive. Then LeBron drops 51.
Yeah. But going back to JR, so they have their exit interviews for the games, and they talked to JR and Windhorst. He got a quote from J.R. Smith, and J.R. Smith says, "quote I was trying to get enough to bring it out to get a shot off. I knew we were tied. I thought we were going to call a timeout. If I thought we were ahead, I'd have held on to the ball and let them foul me." One, he's clearly caught on camera saying, "I thought we was up one."
Yes.
To LeBron. So he's clearly caught saying that. So I don't know why he said that. And they were interviewing Draymond Green after that, and they told them that JR said that he knew they were tied, and Draymond kind of does this like side eye, kind of like what, like you just shows he's done this in New York before. J.R. Smith has done this where his basketball IQ just doesn't.
It was a brain fart.
It was a brain fart, but a major brain fart because they could have stole one. They could have stole game one, but it just didn't work out that way.
It kind of is on him.
Yeah, because
not totally on him.
Yeah,
I feel like George should have made that last free throw.
Because everybody crashed in to get that rebound. All the Warriors. LeBron was open at the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. He's open. If he would would have tossed that, who knows?
Bro, LeBron's face, so much disappointment. He was like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" And then, like, JR was explaining this, and LeBron just walked up. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done.
The fact that he had this, like, I had posted on the Red Nation page yesterday.
Yeah.
The fact that he had to drop 51 points just to stay within reach.
Yes.
Because they didn't get blown out.
No,
imagine
it was close.
If he would have scored, like, 25, 30,
yeah.
which should be a pretty good scoring game for an athlete, but he had to score 50 just to be within reach and still take the L.
Yeah.
He's the first player
to score that
score 51 points and lose
in the postseason.
Yes, the first player ever. I would be so pissed, and then it's like that speaks so much to his greatness as a player. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know
on a good Warriors team. Yeah, on a good Warriors team.
If you're as a fan of basketball, I do not know why you hate LeBron but love fucking the Golden State Warriors. I can't understand. In the spirit of competition, how do you like the Golden State Warriors? I do not understand that. That's the most stacked team. Kevin Durant left OKC to go to the team that beat him, that he was beating. Was it 3-0 in the playoffs?
No, he had a 3-1 lead.
I'm sorry. They had a 3-1 lead.
Yep.
It was up 2 games, and they lost. Golden State just came back and straight whooped them. And then you turn tail and go to that team and win like the next year. In the spirit of competition, how do you like Golden State? Hate LeBron.
You see what Skip said on his show today?
What is that?
He says, "I'm on LeBron's side. I'm getting sick and tired of the Golden State Warriors." Says all the showboating. I just can't take it anymore.
Bro, yes.
They were showboating.
Yes, dude. Curry especially, dude.
He was talking to LeBron.
Bro, and you saw how LeBron about to push him off, right?
Yeah. And then Clay got up in there, too.
Yeah, Clay. I was like, the Beige Brothers got problems?
Man.
Beige Brothers got problems? I was like, bro, LeBron's not the one, though. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, Team Lightskin don't want that smoke.
For real, though. I was like, no, because Curry was stepping up to it, put his chest out, and like, it looked like Bron's about to push him out, and Clay caught him. Like,
yeah.
He was like, bro, get out. Get out. Move, little boy, move.
Yeah,
move.
Man. But going back to JR, I actually found the full quote that he said. There was a post on Reddit that they were saying the media isn't reporting the full quote he gives. It's the longest interview of the JR post game, and every other video of this interview leaves out the first question that he answers. This is the quote he gives, and it's even more shocking than I thought. Here's the full quote, guys. Quote, well, I don't know why I just went into JR mode. I don't know why. It's quote, well, George shot a free throw, I got the rebound, tie ball game, then timeout. Then I was trying to get enough space, but obviously KD standing right there, tried to get enough space to bring it out to get a shot off. And then I looked over at Braun and he looked like he was trying to call timeout. So I just stopped and the game was over.
Bro, look, he put on Twitter, basically said he fucked up. Like, straight up, he just fucked up. Like, I'm pretty sure at the moment he was trying to make up something so if he could save face, but it was already too late, dude. Like, we already saw your actions. It's like, it's too late.
And it's just, man, if they had ever had an opportunity to take a stand in this series, that was the game.
That was the game.
That was the game
because that would have given more momentum.
I just feel like even if they would have won that game, for something like JR would have done JR things, I still think they couldn't have beat them in 7. There's no way.
Yeah, but they could have had a fighting chance.
You think LeBron was going to drop 50 every game?
He would have dropped a healthy 35 for sure. 35. I think other members of the team would have stepped up, and like they did that in this game.
The reason why we were able to stay with the Warriors to 7 games was because our game plan with. I know you can't stop KD. It's hard to stop him.
Yeah.
You can do your best.
Right.
But
it wasn't about stopping KD.
It's not about stopping Steph and Clay because they were the ones shooting. Yes. And we kept them to a degree.
Especially Curry.
Yeah, especially Curry to a degree in the first few games. I think games 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. And, of course, he started lighting fire in 5 and 6 and then 7, of course. Mm-hmm. I don't know, dude. It's just, I just can't stand that team. I get they're talented. Like, I would have much respect for a team that fought hard and they had like one All-Star and then a whole bunch of role players, like the way LeBron. To me, that's a little bit more respectful. But it's just like, let me get an All-Star team together and then just be like, oh, well, we're just better than everybody. Yeah, you have Olympians and All-Stars on your team.
Exactly. You have an Olympic team. Right there. You have a whole Olympic team. Like, in the spirit competition, how is that even fair?
Yeah.
How is that fair?
And then when Clay said, like, it's not our fault that it's the Cavs and Warriors again, the NBA just got to be better. I'm sorry, the NBA just doesn't have, like, everybody.
Not everybody has money just to get, like, a whole all-star squad. Yeah. And if they did, that would ruin basketball. Your team is ruining basketball.
Like, he has when he said that, I actually got mad. I was like, look, man, it's easy when you got 3 other All-Stars with you to talk shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's arrogant, dude.
Yeah,
he'd be on a whole different side of the table if he was on, like, the Phoenix Suns.
Exactly.
And he'd be like, well, yeah, they're just, like, you got so many people.
Yeah.
Oh, well, y'all need to get better.
Because there's going to come a time where they're tired of paying him. There's going to come a time because they are the second highest paying the players.
Right.
They're spending the second most in the whole league, second to the Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. So there's going to come a time where the owner's like, all right, I got to cut some of y'all, and, I got to get younger talent.
Yeah.
That,
or he's going to gut the whole bench.
So there's going to come a time where another lesser team is going to overpay him, and it's just going to be him by his lonesome. So it's not smart for him to be like, the rest of the NBA got to be better. It's easy to say now, man, but when you're on a lesser squad, and it's just you that has to carry the whole team, and you got a James Harden from 2015, that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Come talk to me then. Talk to me then.
Then you really got to prove yourself.
Yeah.
Then you really got to prove yourself. Yeah. Oh, you don't have Steph. You don't have KD. You don't have Draymond or Iguodala. Now you got to be by yourself.
Yeah.
Now you see how hard that shit is. Then when that happens, then you find out what kind of player you really are. Yeah. LeBron could do it. LeBron been doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Harden could do it. Harden proved that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Westbrook, to some degree.
Clay's never had that adversity.
He has such a safety net. If he falls, if he ever has a shit game. Remember, like, last year or something, he had that, like, 0-point game or something.
Yes.
And, like, they clowned him a little bit, but they probably still won that game. They probably still...
Because
that's the
he has 3 other people to give him help.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 4 other people to give him help.
Yeah, his team doesn't take a hit from that.
Exactly.
He just personally takes a hit from that. But, man, when he starts suffering as well as the team at the same time, then he's going to know what it's like. Yeah, but this
stuff is crazy.
This stuff is super crazy.
So much arrogance, and dude, like, and then
Draymond.
Freaking Draymond, bro. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure as a person, he's cool, bro. Like, straight up. Like, I don't know him as a person. I'm pretty sure he's cool. As a player, I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him.
Yep.
I'm sorry, dog. He talks way too much shit. Like, when Tristan Thomas put that ball in his face and then kind of put the fist, I was like, finally.
You know,
Finally!
I actually have that video panned up. What Shamir is talking about.
They pretty much all have that arrogance because they all have each other as safety nets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They all do.
Yeah. I have that altercation with Tristan Thompson pulled up. That was towards the end of the game.
Right.
And he had said something, and he already got tossed, right?
Bro, because Draymond was clapping and say, bye, talking shit,
And
bro.
so Tristan Thompson said some shit, and the referees tossed him. It will be announced later on Friday, a league source tells ESPN. It hasn't been reported yet. It's Friday today. We haven't gotten any word. But when we do, we'll definitely report on that. It's unfortunate because Draymond is such an aggravating person, you know. But you got to be smart with him, man. They can't. And also during that altercation,
basically just what LeBron did 2 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Also during that altercation, Kevin Love left the bench area. There's another tweet by Chris Mannix. I'm sorry. He says, "Quote: The NBA will not suspend Kevin Love for leaving the bench area in the closing seconds of Game 1." A leak source tells Yahoo Sports NBA. Now, which
is crazy.
If David Stern was the commissioner, Kevin Love would have got suspended on the spot.
Right. Yeah. Because this has happened in the past. Hell, during this season, this has happened where players got suspended for lingering on the court. Hell, if we can go back to and actually I saw this on one of the ESPN shows. I think it was The Jump. They all say Kevin Love should have been suspended because hell, remember when Horry, I think it was Robert Horry off the Spurs, pushed Steve Nash, basically pushed Steve Nash into the steps. No, the players that would come off the bench, they were on the court. They got suspended.
Yeah.
They got suspended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Robert Horry got suspended. But the players that were just on the court coming to help Steve Nash, their teammate got suspended. You know what I'm saying? So, to be fair, yeah, Kevin Love should have been suspended. Just to be fair. My personal opinion, no. Because I don't think it was that big of a thing.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to lose Kevin Love because that would just dip ratings.
But again, if the NBA was just trying to be fair, might as well suspend him.
And
or just admit that that's a stupid rule.
And I feel like that's another reason they're not going to suspend him because they always just care about the ratings. They care about their money and Kevin Love out is like, well, shit, Cavs are going to definitely.
Yeah, that would have been just bad.
But my thing is just admit that that's a stupid rule.
Yeah,
it's a stupid rule.
Another interesting tidbit, guys. The Cavs are now 0-4 when they wear the same suits. 0-4. Did you see LeBron's shorts?
With the shorts. Yeah. That's the first time I've seen that.
I can't do it.
Suit and shorts.
Man, he just looks like Pinocchio, dude. With those shorts, I can't look at. I can't.
Yeah, bro.
I can't see a grown man.
So every time they wear those suits, they've only worn them 4 times.
Well, yeah, and they've lost.
See, I didn't know this.
When they wear suits, it's fine, like different suits. But when they wear the same exact suit, same color coordination, same everything, they're 0-4.
See, I didn't know they wore suits before this game.
Yeah, they've been doing that since.
Yeah, you did. We commented on that. The $15,000 suits, remember?
Yeah, but that was just that one game, right?
They've done it multiple times.
Oh shit, I didn't know.
Yeah, man.
They've been doing that since they played Toronto.
Yeah, I can't get with the.
Hey, but Toronto.
I can't get with the suit shorts, man.
You know what? No. Because have they won with the suits or they haven't won with the suits?
You just said what they won for.
So they didn't wear those suits during Toronto because they swept.
No, they didn't.
They must have done that during the first or during the Indiana.
They started during the Indiana series, yeah. So I don't know. I can't get with the suit shorts, man. It is. A grown man with a beard should not be wearing shorts with a suit.
Who is this? Who
fashion stylist? Yeah, stylist.
Poses that person should be fired. There's no way that's in style.
That was a bad fashion choice. I was not with it. But
because he's a celebrity.
Yeah. Going back to what you said, Sean. There's a tweet from Darren Rovell. He says, Justin, this was yesterday night during the game. He said, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is not a sellout. Warriors still have hundreds of seats left to sell. Almost 300 upper level Almost 300 upper level seats, 100 lower level seats still available on the primary market 15 minutes before tip.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's a lot of tickets.
Everybody knew. Dude.
But everybody was said, man, it's not going to be fun when the Warriors and Cavaliers match up again. I mean, it's true. The numbers are showing it. Opinions aren't always true, but numbers don't lie, right?
Next year, let's say LeBron leaves, which I think is best choice to leave. Next year, Boston's gonna be
that team. Boston's going to be that team.
They're going to be that team.
I want to say which team's going to be that team in the West besides the Rockets and Golden State, of course. Well, if Kawhi stays in San Antonio, it's also the Spurs too.
Yeah, they're going to be out
depending on what OKC's going to do. What Paul George is going to
do. You think it's going to be a crazy offseason because there's a lot of free agency, but you think with, let's say, hypothetically, because I don't want to get my hopes up. Right. LeBron goes to the Rockets. You think that's a squad like?
Well, it's going to be the same thing with Golden State, though. You know,
but we're going to need. We're going to need
any other team is going to be worth even playing.
Sixers.
No.
Sixers.
Oh, Sixers ain't ready
you're saying
but if he went there,
they'd be ready.
Hold on. I'm trying to just understand the question. You saying if LeBron went to the Rockets, with any other team they go against,
they would be worth playing.
No, I would say Golden State
would be like the Warriors.
Probably, pretty much. The only teams that like as far as the West goes that can actually stand chance is like Golden State. Maybe the Spurs, depending on how that Kawhi situation holds up. Yeah. And, Pop's going to be there, whatever. Who else is in the West? Depending on if Paul George, whether he stays in OKC or goes to the Lakers.
Paul George is going to the Lakers, though. The thing is,
I feel like he should stay OKC, personally.
Because, well, no, not really. Because it's kind of, I don't know if it's a win-win for him. Regardless of money or whatever, I don't know what he's looking for. Paul, the thing is you got to when you're an all-star like him or not Carmelo, no. When you're like an all-star like Paul George, you got to think about it. Is it worth going to a rebuilding Lakers team?
Yeah.
Do I got to carry that squad? Yeah, I'm gonna get paid.
I don't think he has to carry it because there's some good guys. Like freaking Kyle Kuzma's good.
Kuzma,
he's gonna be a star, dude.
I mean, Lonzo's coming back, which he's not ready.
Yeah, he's not ready.
He's not ready. And then you got Isaiah. Come on. Man,
okay, that's not time. It's not that.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent.
IT is a free agent.
You think they'll re-sign him?
Who?
You think the Lakers will re-sign him?
Okay, look. First of all,
they need him somewhere else. I don't think.
You know what?
He won't be a starter there.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't think Isaiah Thomas is that bad. I actually think he's actually.
You think it was the injury that really messed him up?
Yes.
That's hip injury.
And
yes.
I think Brad Stevens got pulled the greatness out of IT.
Right.
Brad,
just like how Brad Stevens pulling all the greatness out of the Boston Celtics right now.
If he comes back 100% and he comes back to Boston type athleticism,
you think he will? Because he's kind of petty.
Why not, dude? That's a squad over there.
Petty. He was pissed.
You think he wants to be
IT?
You think he's gonna want to be behind?
You think IT's gonna go back to Boston?
No, I'm saying would he? Because I'm saying he's petty.
But Brad Stevens wouldn't let him back in anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
He'd be behind.
He'd be behind Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, that'd be stacked. Yeah,
it's like there's no point for him to go there because he knows he's not gonna play or just get enough minutes anyway.
True that. Last thing to touch on for the finals. Dave McMenamin tweeted again. He said, 4 words I've heard more than once being muttered under Cleveland personnel's breaths in the Cavs post-game locker room. Quote, Ken Maurer fucked us. End quote. And he kind of did. That charge call was very pivotal. Mm-hmm. They was calling some ticky-tack fouls. Kevin Durant was getting a lot of fouls called his way.
You notice Kevin Durant didn't want no smoke with LeBron?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't want no smoke.
Oh, man. Bro, Stephen A. was talking some shit about that, bro. I don't know if you guys were watching First Take this one. Bro, he was saying, like, the way KD looked. The way KD looked, he was just like KD looked at LeBron and freaking Stephen A. said, I got to deal with that? I got to deal with that? Bro, KD looked scared. Not scared, scared.
He actually played really rough last game.
Yeah,
bro. Was really bad.
And then like on top of that, LeBron just scoring 51 on you, dunking on you, crossing you up, and just like, but I have a 7'6" wingspan, but I'm 7 feet tall.
KD's a little bit psychologically
fucked up
with just like Toronto.
Just like Toronto. What I think it's been ever since he was with OKC.
Yes.
And they tried to beat him with Miami when they had Harden and
you know what I think it is too? You know what I think it is too?
He's been fucked since then.
Remember that mic'd up moment where they caught Steve Nash telling him to pass the ball more and trust his teammates? Because you know when KD goes ISO mode, like they tend to lose games, just like he did in OKC.
Yeah.
There was a mic'd up during the Rocket series where Steve Kerr was like, hey, basically he was saying like trust your teammates. You know, we don't have to like go for the Hail Mary pass. We can always make that extra pass. So I think like they have a problem because the games that they lost to the Rockets was when KD was going ISO.
I mean, but
and that's when it didn't work. Yeah, most of his shots went, but still, when he wasn't getting everybody else involved, that's when we thrived, right?
Yeah.
Because one man isn't going to beat a whole team.
True.
Right?
Right.
Unless you're LeBron.
Or Jordan.
But KD's not that guy, and I think the reason he's playing bad this finals is because he's actually getting his teammates involved.
The thing is that I'm tired of hearing KD trying to be on the same level as LeBron.
This is not.
He's not going to be.
He's not.
He's a great player, and he's probably the second best player in the world.
Honestly,
but he ain't the first.
Right.
Exactly. He's not.
Exactly. And then, like, LeBron, he leads his team, not by just carrying them. Like, he motivates them. Like, get your ass up. Come on, let's win. KD is not that motivated, dude. He's not. It falls like to Draymond Green to like be the motivator and Curry to lead the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? KD is just. I could just score. I'm
just here to get points. I'm just here to get points.
Yeah.
It's good points. No, I won a championship.
He's not really the leader of the team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would see him in OKC, and I didn't really see that. He was just there to score.
Exactly, and I guess that's why. I guess people gravitated towards Westbrook, you know what I mean? But because he had like just that air about him, like yeah, it was a bit of arrogance. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a bit of arrogance, but at the same time, he was just like that dog, you know what I mean? And basically, he was that person like if you want to go to war, you know what I'm saying? You want Westbrook by your side. KD was good, but just like I'm pretty sure if I get killed, he would just run away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's basically just like that.
Yeah.
That's my thing about it.
No, he's all big and hard. All his teammates.
Yeah, when he got his people behind him, but by himself is just, I don't know, man. I feel like he's gonna. I don't know. I personally feel like he's gonna outstay his welcome in Golden State, just like he did in OKC.
Well, I mean, think about it. Well, right now, I'm pretty sure Draymond is like staying up late at night watching the video. Then he's gonna test KD. He's like, "Man, what are you doing at 3 a.m.?" Just like he did last time.
They got into it. They got into it during the game. They were like, "You messed up.
What are you doing? Come on, KD."
Yeah.
Come on, that trigger fingers.
It's crazy. It's crazy when your fifth best player is like the one, like, playing big brother to the second best player on your. I mean, first best player. Best player.
Who?
Is KD the best player on the starting lineup?
Yeah,
so?
It's Golden State. Yeah,
yeah, and it takes.
If it's a question, is he better than Curry? Like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
easily.
And so why is he playing little brother to KD? I mean, to Draymond?
Because he doesn't have that mentality.
He's been in the league. He's been in the league longer than Draymond.
He doesn't have that leader mentality, dude.
True.
I promise you.
This is true. So this finals is going to get interesting. I'm not too excited about it.
I told myself I was going to watch the first two games and Cavs get blown out. I'm done watching. But right now, last game kind of made me, I don't know. It kind of made me feel like Cavs might got a chance.
I don't know. I want everything in the world for the Warriors to lose, but
yes, absolutely.
I don't think it's going to happen in 7.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it.
We'll see, man. We'll see. On to other NBA topics. Did y'all hear about this Colangelo, the GM for the Sixers?
Oh, yeah. I was hearing about those.
So apparently,
Twitter.
Somebody found out that he had been using burner accounts.
KD 2.0.
KD 2.0. So what happened is somebody on Reddit actually did the whole forgot my password thing for Gmail.
Yeah.
And they found out, when you can put your phone number in there as like a security measure. Mm-hmm. Well, when you forget your password, it says send a message to this number, and it only shows the last two numbers.
Yeah.
And the last two numbers were 5-1. Now, Jerry, I think his name is Jerry. Colangelo and his wife both have numbers ending in 5-1. So now, upon further investigation, they think that it's his wife that had all those burner accounts, or maybe he was using her phone or something. But it's pretty bad because he was criticizing media members, and he was criticizing some players too. He got out in front of it. Joel Embiid said he texted Colangelo texted him and was like, "Hey man, I didn't do it. It's not me. I promise it's not me." And Joel was like, "Yeah, he's a good dude, but if it's true, it's really bad." So Philly.com is reporting that Colangelo might actually be gone by tonight. So Brian Colangelo, sorry.
I
So
thought he was already gone.
no, he's not gone
Oh,
yet.
okay.
No, they're still deliberating, but he could be gone by tonight. It's just weird. It's all weird, man.
It's crazy how stuff like that can get you canned.
Fired, yeah. And I'm sure a lot of players have like alternate accounts where they can talk.
Because when it comes to the staff,
Yeah.
so maybe just like the head coach or something, when it comes to the staff and you get some kind of fiasco like that,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't know. You're bound to you as a player. You can't.
Yeah.
Because you're the it's about the players.
Mm-hmm.
But
executives and coaches, they'll pick the players over the coaches and executives all day.
Of course, yeah,
all day. So we'll see. I'm kind of excited about that. It's kind of like a drama show.
That's one of the reasons why maybe LeBron won't go there
because they got drama. He ain't with the drama.
To Philly?
Yeah.
It's cold in Philly, man.
It's cold. It's cold in Cleveland.
Exactly. So why would you go to a colder place?
Yeah, that's true. But remember when he played the Spurs and like he had cramps and stuff because it was too hot?
I ain't trying to
Yeah, for real. I was
no, there was that game where the Spurs.
He always had cramps though.
No, but the Spurs stadium, the AC went out or something, and he started cramping up.
See,
this is like 2-3 years ago.
LeBron's getting older and he knows it.
Yeah,
and his legs are catching up as well. Don't get me wrong, he's one of the best.
But you can see he's tired.
You can see he's tired. So, like he said, he just like Chris came to Houston, he's tired of having the ball in his hands 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Same way Chris Paul was. You bring him here, and they all share the ball like that. Oh, but don't worry, there's gonna be somebody in the media. If let's say he somehow comes, just like they said, Chris and James, they'll never work.
There's only one basketball.
There's only one basketball. They'll never work. Look what happened. I mean, it worked, but of course, injuries happen. Shit like that happens. Yeah. But that happens when I feel like the reason why Chris strained himself so much is like they were playing against a stacked All-Star team.
Hell yeah!
They had to fucking
I would have went all out.
Yeah, and that's why he did go all out.
Yes,
but that's what happens.
Yeah.
Look how he went all out to do that layup over Tim Duncan to beat the Spurs in that series.
Please don't remember that.
I mean, yeah, but right. That was the last play of
that.
I
remember that shit.
And he pulled the hammy.
Yes, I remember that. And, bro, he pulled his hammy, and he was still talking shit. Bro, he was going on, yeah, I did that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he was limping at the same
time. We'll see, man. I hope he doesn't pull, like, taking my talents to Houston, LeBron. I hope he doesn't say some stuff like that.
Nah, he don't have to say it like that.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to get... See, that scenario wouldn't have worked if, let's say, Houston would have won.
Yeah.
And then they beat the Cavs. We would not have LeBron.
Oh,
LeBron wouldn't want to do a KD.
Yeah.
Nobody would.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure because LeBron had too much pride.
Yeah.
It's too much pride. It's like, and then it's like the fact that, I could see LeBron working because LeBron has grown enough to, like, be like, yeah, I can pass the ball. Obviously, we've seen his last, 5 years?
He don't want to go to...
You know what I'm saying? Because he learned that shit in Miami.
You see it in Cleveland. He's trying to get other people involved, but they're not pulling through for him.
Yeah, but he learned it in Miami because guess what? He had other players to rely on that he could rely on. When he was first in Cleveland, who did he have to rely on?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, then he went to Miami. Oh, I got Dwayne Wade. Oh, I got Chris Bosh. Oh, I got Ray Allen. Oh, I got this white guy named Mike or something like that, whatever, that can shoot threes. Yeah. And he had other people to rely on, you know. And then he took what he learned in Miami, basically through all his years in basketball, Cleveland and Miami, went back to Cleveland. Oh, I got Kyrie Irving here? Oh, I got Kevin Love here? Finally. I got somebody to pass it to. And guess what? In the next, 2-3 years, they won a championship.
Yeah.
True. You know?
I was looking across this article and stuff, and just articles online, just looking NBA news and stuff. And
are you surfing the web while you're doing the podcast?
No. I had this linked up. Stupid. Anyways, this is from the BostonGlobe.com. They're talking to Mike Gorman. He's the voice of the Celtics. He's recalling a conversation he had with Pat Riley years ago, and here's the full quote. Quote: I remember Pat Riley years ago. He was kind of pontificating wherever we happen to be, and he said, quote, this game in 15 years, everybody's going to play interchangeable positions. They're all going to be 6'8 to 6'10 and just run up and down the court and shoot threes. Say what you will about Pat Riley, but he was right on, and he is right on. All these dudes are super tall, super athletic. They can all hit threes. Point guards are 6'8 to 6'10. Centers are around the same height. They're jacking up threes too.
The NBA is developing.
It's changing. It's always changing, man. So Pat Riley was right on the money with that.
You can't, like, these days, a player can't play just one position.
And not too many centers have, like, good post moves on a little jump shot. Not too many do.
Yeah.
Clint Capella hasn't developed that. Still hasn't developed a jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, dude, that's why the dream is up there, dude. Footwork. Do 3-pointers. The defense.
Yeah.
All around, dude. And the little 17-footer, little floater.
Yeah.
Beast, bro.
It'll be beast, yeah. Another NBA news, per Adrian Wojnarowski, Clippers point guard and former Houston point guard Patrick Beverley cleared for full basketball activities. He tore his meniscus.
Give it up for him, man. Give it up for him.
Come on, Patrick.
Man, he's a former Rocket.
Wolverine.
Y'all love him.
Yes, we did. He had microfracture surgery. It took about 3 to 4 months to recover from that because what they do in microfracture is they drill small holes into the bone.
Yeah.
Because the cartilage is damaged and it doesn't get a lot of blood supply. So they drill the holes in the bone, and the blood from the bone and the bone marrow and the stem cells come in there and they heal the cartilage. It's kind of like making jello. So you can't put weight on that leg because the jello is hardening, and they use that new form cartilage to act as your meniscus. So he's good to go. He's good for full-on activity. So I love him, man. I'm pulling for him. I read up on it.
I know you did, because I always know you love this like medical stuff.
Yeah. Pulling for the Wolverine. Other news: Adrian Wojnarowski. Amid a regime change, Detroit and GM Jeff Bauer have parted ways. League sources tell ESPN. Bauer has been a GM for 2 playoff franchises as well as an NBA and NCAA head coach. So Detroit doesn't have a coach, and now they don't have a GM. So they might be looking for somebody like a Tom Thibodeau kind of character, where you can be like a GM and a coach.
Who's in the market right now? Is Dwayne Casey still?
Dwayne Casey interviewed with them. They haven't got back to him. Kenny Smith interviewed with them. I don't know who else interviewed with Detroit though.
I don't really see Detroit going anywhere.
They got Blake Griffin.
They do, but they're still not a real match for what's going on right now.
Yeah.
All these teams on the sidelines, like.
Yeah. Because the East is just going to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, they're not even in that category.
Yeah.
No.
With that being said, anything else with the NBA y'all want to touch on?
Again, I don't understand Golden State Warrior fans. That's it.
I don't think I ever will.
I don't think I ever will too. I feel like if you're a basketball fan, like you shouldn't like go to State, but whatever.
It's a very I don't know, it's just that legacy's starting to be tainted, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It is tainted. Like I feel like it's forever going to have like an asterisk by it.
Yeah, it is.
You know, just like this how they won. This how they won.
And you got away with all them injuries. Kyrie.
Here's back to back. Yeah. With that being said, y'all good to move on to football?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
It's been a while.
Yeah. We're on to Texans. The Texans OTAs have begun, and the rookies and the veterans are playing together. They're practicing, of course. They're in just jerseys and shorts, no pads. Deshaun Watson's out there wearing a knee brace. He looks pretty good. I watched a couple of videos on it. He's moving pretty fluid, but nothing crazy.
Right.
He's still, recovering fully. Everybody else is playing really. So that's some sound from DeAndre Hopkins from OTAs. He first talked about he talked about Deshaun Watson and what he's seen as a growth, and you could tell the dude, like, he only showed a glimpse of his potential, because he didn't fully know the playbook back and forth, Now that he's had a year into the system, he can build on that, and he can really crack open the playbook. And DeAndre Hopkins said, it gives me chills seeing the potential that we can be, because he still feels like he's the best receiver in the NFL.
I feel like he is.
Yeah, and if a healthy Deshaun Watson can be there for the whole season and feeding him passes, and then you got that speedy kid from Texas Tech, and you got Will Fuller, and you got your receiving core is dope.
Yeah.
You can make it work if we can get a solid O-line that can give Deshaun time to pick apart defenses. Sky's the limit on this. And then you can see he had 96 catches last season.
Yeah.
He was 4 catches away from 100 catches, and he went over 1,000 yards easily. But DeAndre Hopkins is the truth, man. I see, a lot of things going good next season.
Health needs to be the number one.
Yes, absolutely.
The biggest thing right now.
Yeah. There was an article from Bleeding Green Nation, which is like Red Nation for the Rockets. It's their Eagles stuff. They interviewed Brandon Brooks, he's the right guard, formerly from the Texans. He had this to say about the Texans, quote, "I almost retired. Shit was miserable every day, every day." And when you go into the article, um, he said, "It's crazy that people haven't known this," said Brooks. Quote, "It's been like this way for a decade. You've seen. Reggie Wayne did it. He retired. He went there to the Patriots for a training camp and retired. Shit is not fun there. I was under the same regime in Houston with O'Brien. I almost retired. Shit was miserable. Every day, every day. I came in as a rookie under Gary Kubiak, who was just an older version of Doug Peterson. Then I went to O'Brien, who was Belichick. And then I came back to Doug, who was like Coobs. So for me, man, shit was great. Like, I can't tell you how much better this is than it was down there. Like, it's night and day. What does Eagles offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland say? Happy workers make happy, productive workers. And if you're not having fun, man, those hard ass nose days. Brooks got caught off by fellow Pro Bowler and All Pro right tackle Lane Johnson. All the media wants to talk about is rings. Johnson stated, "Rings. I'm going to get this ring and never wear it one day. I'm going to put it away in a box." The only thing you're going to remember from your playing days, you're not going to remember the scores. You're going to remember the people you played with and how you felt. And that's the truth. All these guys talking about, quote, "I'll take the rings." Okay, you can have your rings. You can also have fucking 15 miserable years, end quote. So, that was kind of an explosive piece, and a lot of people were like, dang, because we know the Texans are trying to be like the Patriots, and O'Brien is like kind of hard nosed, kind of like Belichick is,
But he came from under Belichick.
Yeah, so. And Belichick doesn't care. Like, he's cut so many star players, and he just doesn't care.
He's a machine. Dude.
He's a machine.
He doesn't let emotions.
Yeah, and so people like Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson, who kind of want to have fun during the process, they kind of criticize that. And
that's the same way Popovich is.
Yeah.
You're there. Look, here's the thing. You're getting paid to score. I don't care if it needs to be fun. Yeah, it's fun. Have fun on your own time.
You're a grown ass man.
This is work time.
Yeah.
We trying to get rings around here.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a grown ass man. You're an adult, dude.
Tell like Kevin Hart. Take his gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be a star. Everybody want to get these rings. You got to put in the work to do it.
Yep.
It is what it is. I mean, not everything's supposed to be fun.
Yep. And people from the Patriots during their OTAs, they interviewed one of the McCourty brothers. I think it's Jason McCourty that's on the Patriots, right? Yeah, I think it is, because Devin McCourty's on the... No. Jason McCourty's on the Titans, and Devin McCourty's on the Patriots, I believe. They asked him that question, and McCourty laughed at players on other teams who said it's not fun playing for the Patriots. Quote, "We've got a couple guys here who were in Cleveland and went 0-16. They said that wasn't fun." Twice, yeah. So, it's all relative, I guess, to your perspective. But at the end of the day, you're getting paid to play football. Like, how bad can it actually be?
Yeah, and that ends like, I want to win.
Yeah.
Like, winning is fun to me.
Yeah. Moving on. Y'all know that Michael Crabtree got signed by the Ravens, right?
No, I did not.
He was on the Raiders.
Who did?
Michael Crabtree.
Oh, yeah.
The Ravens, their receiving core last season was so decimated, so small, and a bunch of no names and some rookies. Well, Michael Crabtree is their new wide receiver, and they asked him about being a leader for the Ravens. So Michael Crabtree, when asked about being a leader for the Ravens, quote, "I don't have a choice." He kind of doesn't, because he's the senior veteran on the squad right now, and he's the oldest guy in that receiving core. So he's known as being a hothead. He's known as having his off and on games. But we'll see how that goes. Baltimore Ravens, they don't have Steve Smith anymore. So we'll see how it goes. Speaking of Steve Smith, he's a commentator now. And Steve Smith has always been a little man syndrome kind of guy. He's always been such a small dude, but he doesn't take shit from nobody, right? There's an interview of him interviewing Baker Mayfield, the new quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and the Ravens and Browns have a rivalry. So that's Steve Smith. See, never changed. Never changed.
Me and Steve Smith would have went at it, though. I'm sorry.
This is supposed to be like a get to know you kind of interview, right?
What the fuck?
So can you imagine? You'd be like, what position would you play if you couldn't play quarterback? Safety. I'd run your ass over. Like what?
Wait a minute. You know what? We can go outside right now. I got a football in my closet. Let's go.
I was like, dang. I was like, God. Steve Smith, he's always talking trash, man, even in retirement.
Oh, my God.
And it was posted on the Baltimore Ravens Twitter page. It said, even in retirement, at 89, Steve Smith is still talking trash to division rivals. And it showed that interview, man. It was so funny, dude. But Baker Mayfield in his, and he handled it pretty well. He stood up to it without being disrespectful, without because Steve Smith would put some hands.
It couldn't be me.
Steve Smith would put some hands on him if he talked crazy to him. Yeah,
it's just like they couldn't be me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm not gonna play in my rookie season because I got in a fight with Steve Smith.
I'm injured. I'm on injury reserve. I have a broken jaw. Some other news from New England, from Mike Giardi. Guess who's been a semi-regular showing up to Gillette and working out in the bubble? Tom Brady. Who he's working out with in those throwing sessions? Julian Edelman. Yet still no show at OTAs. So Tom Brady hasn't been showing up to OTAs. Now, they're voluntary.
Yeah.
They're voluntary. You're not obligated to go, but still.
Even being a veteran?
Yeah.
Or rookies for sure.
Yeah, because they're organized team activities. They're they're voluntary. But it's kind of like recommended.
Well, when you want to show leadership.
Yeah, and he's not going. And, this all stems from, there was that article that showed a rift. So there was a expose that showed how the Patriots and Tom Brady were kind of beefing a little bit because Tom Brady has this trainer, his own personal trainer, and he uses alternate methods. And the team trainers didn't like that. The coach, Belichick, doesn't like that. Belichick actually revoked Tom Brady's trainer's credentials to get into the building.
Oh, shit.
So Tom Brady got mad about that, and they've always had a bunch of friction, and things haven't been going right. And so he hasn't showed up to OTAs yet, and he's just been in the bubble throwing with Julian Edelman. So are there problems in paradise? Who knows?
So here's what's going to happen. Tom Brady should know by now. He didn't get all those rings by himself.
Yeah,
You're still supposed to be the leader of your team. You're being real disrespectful by not coming to these OTAs, not coming to practice right now. If your ass get hurt, first game, especially against the Texans, your ass get hurt, that's it for you, dog. That's it. Keep doing this. Keep not coming to practice. Keep not coming to these OTAs. Bro, he's going to end up getting hurt. And then guess what? Bill Belichick's going to have all the power in the world now.
All the leverage, too.
Yeah, all the leverage. All the leverage.
And, to play devil's advocate, in his defense, Tom Brady has taken numerous pay cuts for them to sign bigger players, bigger names.
But
he's done that, the past 3 or 4 seasons.
Okay, and that's great.
He's taken...
he's been a good teammate. At the same time, he's still got, Jimmy Garoppolo traded.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Garoppolo basically threatened his job. Well, not threatened his job, but
he was a backup plan. He was a backup plan.
Yeah, his presence being there because Belichick wanted him.
Yeah.
Because Belichick was already... Belichick knew. Tom Brady's getting older. Yep. This can't last forever.
They were planning for the future.
Yeah, which was simple. Which was, I feel like that was logical. Mm-hmm. And that's where Belichick is. He's a logical person. He's not emotional. So, yeah, he's planning for the future. And Tom Brady was like, I got 5 more years in me.
I'm the future.
Yeah, I'm the future.
I need that franchise to die already.
Patriots, yeah.
Yeah, they're just... Mm-hmm. I get it. They're good, but they don't have 4 All-Stars on that team.
Yeah. You remember when Josh McDaniels was supposed to be the coach for the Colts? And he got cold feet and went back.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Josh McDaniels, Robert Kraft, and Bill Belichick met, and they had a meeting, and that's what changed his mind. So I think they promised him that he's going to be the next head coach. But the thing is, Josh McDaniels is not a good coach. So when you say that you need that franchise to die already, I think it's probably going to die in the next decade, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Not decade, probably even 5 years, man.
Well, I mean,
Belichick ain't gonna retire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you think he's gonna retire, like Bill Belichick's
like,
gonna retire.
I think he's gonna retire when Tom Brady retires.
Don't you think enough is enough? Like you had 5. Don't you think I did everything?
Can you say the same thing for Popovich too?
Well, Popovich has 5 too.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't he just want to be like,
Popovich wants to retire.
Yeah, he said he wants to retire.
He promised LaMarcus that he'd stay.
Give 5 more years.
Stay 5 more years if he stayed.
Yeah, but that was, 4 years ago?
That's the only reason LaMarcus Aldridge came.
Yeah.
Because he wanted promise from Popovich that you're not going to leave while I'm here.
Yeah, because once, like when the Lakers had Phil Jackson and then the Bulls had, it's when this time is up, it's up. Dude.
It's up, yeah.
It's just like you've done everything you could. You got your 5, got your 6.
Mm-hmm.
What more can you give?
Yeah,
exactly.
And
can't nobody can tell you that you didn't do shit for this franchise.
Don't ever tell me I didn't shoot shit for you.
Like Phil Jackson and Popovich is going to go down as like one of the greatest coaches. Well, Popovich more than Phil Jackson, in my personal opinion, is going to go down as one of the greatest coaches in basketball. And Bill Belichick is going to go down as one of the greatest coaches in football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like,
but he did it. Phil Jackson got lucky. He had Kobe and MJ.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. MJ, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. You know, Lakers had Shaq and then Derek Fisher, all them jacked up threes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On to other NFL news. Ian Rappaport is reporting that former Cowboys wide receiver, wide receiver Des Bryant is expected to remain free until the start of training camp, sources state. Barring a big injury at this position, he has received plenty of interest, but he's being patient and selective. So there's interest from teams. He just wants to pick and choose. He's trying to find the best place to go to. Where do you think he ends up, man? There was a tweet. He was on Instagram, and somebody actually posted on his Instagram. They're like, "Where do you want to go?" And he commented 49ers, and then he deleted his tweet. His comment on Instagram.
49ers?
They got Garoppolo. They're on the build. They got a good quarterback.
I don't know. I legit thought he's going to go to the Giants.
Stay because he wants to play the Cowboys twice.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll be monitoring that. I'm surprised he hasn't been signed yet.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
OTA's already started. Maybe he might get signed before training camp. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because they want to get acclimated with him. But we'll see. Another thing that's coming up: Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen is blowing people away, says Chris Sims. Josh Allen. He was high. He was one of the top picked quarterbacks. There was a coach that was talking about him, and he said, Josh Allen's really good, and I'm scared for guys' fingers. Because apparently he throws very hard, he throws very accurate, and he might dislocate some people's fingers.
Better learn how to catch that.
Better learn how to catch it.
Better learn how to catch that ball.
Better work on your grip strength, yep.
Exactly.
But we'll see. The Bills needed a quarterback, and I guess they got one. Another thing, remember when Brandon Marshall was on the Giants and he messed up his ankle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Seahawks just claimed wide receiver Brandon Marshall, and this is what he had to say in his OTA press conference. He said, no, don't worry. It's just a quote. Seahawks wide receiver Brandon Marshall says he was planning to play on a toe injury he sustained in 2015 until the day he retired. But his ankle break last year gave him the opportunity to get both the toe and the ankle injury at the same time without fear of losing his offseason. So this all makes sense now that he reveals this. Brandon Marshall was known as a jump ball kind of receiver. He'd jump up and over, and he would snag on smaller corners, right? Now, ever since 2015, he had a toe injury. So without your toe, you don't get any lift, right? When you jump on the balls of your feet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And if your toe is messed up, you don't really get as much lift as you want, right? Because you don't jump off your heels, you jump off your toes, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why he wasn't being as productive as he probably was. He wasn't getting that lift. He wasn't being as effective.
Yeah.
So he hurt his ankle, and he was able to take care of both his ankle and his foot last offseason. Because he didn't want to, when he had his toe thing, he didn't want to give up his off seasons because he wanted to work, right? But now he had no choice with that ankle injury. So he fixed the ankle, he fixed the toe. So we might be seeing a rejuvenated Brandon Marshall because he's still a young guy. He's not old by any means. And he's got a good receiver in Russell Wilson. He's got a he's got a good quarterback and Russell Wilson. He's got another receiver in Tyler Lockett, speedster. So,
look, we'll see.
We'll see. There's gonna be
football season is really interesting right now.
They just need to fix their line, man. Their O line, Seattle's O line was really.
That's how Russell Wilson can run.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
the same problem with us anyway.
Another thing. Speaking of Russell Wilson, according to Darren Rovell, Justin, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson and his wife Sierra have made a financial commitment to bring a Major League Baseball team to Portland through the Portland Diamond Project. So Seattle, they have the Seattle Mariners, but I guess there's enough interest in Portland to bring a baseball team to Portland. So they're running the interest group that's probably going to finance that. So they're making big moves. So we'll see if baseball comes to Portland.
Making money moves.
On to the Astros. The Astros are playing the Red Sox right now. Garrett Cole versus Chris Sale. Currently, the score is 3-4. Astros winning.
Woo!
Yep, 3-4. Astros up.
Woo! Yes, yep. I'm going to be annoying.
Yeah. So it's a good team. Chris Sale, he's the pitcher that we beat in the ALCS. No, AL, the divisional series. ALS.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But right now we're winning. Carlos Correa has a 2-run homer. George Springer has a home run. And I think somebody else had like RBI or something. But,
Astros doing good.
Astros are doing really good. So, Garrett Cole's on the mound. His record is 5-1. And his career versus Boston is 1-1. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But let's talk about that Astros going against the Yankees, though.
Okay. Here's my gripe on the Astros. All of our pitchers are solid. All of our starting pitchers are solid. You've got Justin Verlander. Keuchel's kind of iffy, but he's been keeping it low. Lance McCullers is really good. Garrett Cole is really good. Charlie Morton is really good. But they can't pitch whole games, man. And our relievers have been dropping the ball and blowing saves and blowing games. We played against Cleveland. That game, after I talked about last episode, where we were going against Trevor Bauer, the one who was talking crap about our pitchers, we were up 9-4, and in the ninth inning, the bottom of the ninth, right? Ken Giles, our closer, all he needed to do was get 3 outs and the game was over, right? He blew the save. They score 5 runs in the ninth inning, the bottom of the ninth. 5, and they tie it. So we go to extra innings. Then they pull Giles, our closer. He's supposed to be our ace. They pull him. They put in Davinsky. They put in Rondon. They put in everybody else, Will Harris, everybody. We lose that game. And we had no business going into, I think we went into 14 innings in that game. And then we play the Yankees. Same thing happened. Ken Giles went in there, blew the game on a walk-off single to Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, I saw that again.
So, I mean, the Astros need an elite closer to complete their team. You know, we survived last season because we were able to put a lot of our star pitchers in a relief role. That's why, like, you see in, like, the championship series, like, they don't want to lose. So they were able to put, like, Charlie Morton as a reliever. They were able to put Lance McCullers as a reliever. You know, that's how we were so good. But now in the regular season, those guys can't play all the time because they're our starting rotation, right?
Yeah.
So that's the missing puzzle piece. The trade deadline comes in October. So we got to look at other people. People are saying Zach Britton. Other people are just saying, like, you know, other pitchers here and there. But unless we figure this out, man, that's our Achilles heel. Because the game will always be, like, we'll always be leading. And then it's towards the end when they pull our starting pitchers out. That's when we crumble, and that's why we're only third in the American League right now.
Yeah, we're not that bad.
Not that bad. Yeah, granted, we're not that bad, but still, we're losing games we have no business losing. So that's just, I don't know. Until they fix that problem, I feel like we're just going to be stuck in not mediocrity, but not the best situation. So we'll see. Good luck for the Astros. Still winning 4-3 against the Red Sox, the bottom of the fifth. We'll see. Yeah, let's move on to MMA. So funny story. Yair Rodriguez got fired a couple of weeks ago for not taking a fight with Zabit Magomedsharipov. Apparently they just rehired him, and now they're actually fighting. They verbally agreed to fight at UFC 228. So that was really, really, really weird. I saw that and I was like, what the heck? They just fired this guy, and they just rehired him.
How long did it take to rehire him?
It took like a month or two. So I don't know. It was weird. It was weird to see that. Now this is what I wanted to tell y'all about. Remember the last episode when I told
Which
you?
one tell about?
Remember that last episode where I told you Darren Till, he was overweight? He came in at 174. Mm-hmm. So he actually tried to make weight like really hard, and they actually his team actually put out a video, and it's like a documentary style kind of video, and it shows him like cutting weight, and you know the day before weigh-ins, you can't cut fat, you just have to cut water weight, right?
Right.
So he was in the sauna. And he's in there for 45 minutes, sweating out everything, and then he weighed himself again. He was still overweight. So he didn't sleep that whole night. He went running. He went back in the sauna. They had to pull him out of the sauna because his eyesight was dimming. Like, he was getting so dehydrated that, like, his body was starting to shut down. And it shows him, there's a picture where he's just on the floor of the sauna, and he's just wiped, and he looks sickly, and it looks bad. And a lot of people are, like, up in arms about that. ABC chief, appalled at video, calls for Darren Till's corner to be suspended. I kind of agree with that, man. He lost his vision. He underwent colonic hydrotherapy, and he still missed weight. Colonic hydrotherapy is when basically you take like those diuretic things, and you just blast your colon. He blew out his whole, like, he drank, you know that stuff before you go in for like a colonoscopy where you
because I never had one.
You will in the future. They clear out. No, it's a routine. They do it for middle-aged people. They do. It's not.
But I'm a superior human being.
Okay. Anyways, so he was basically eating a bunch of diuretics and like shitting out all his water and stuff.
Oh man.
He still missed weight. So everybody's telling him to just go to 185 because he's trying to fight at 170. He's big. He's trying to use his big size as an advantage, like his height and reach. At this point, man, you're trying way too hard. You're just gonna be a detriment to yourself.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man.
I mean, he was trying because
he tried.
Like he was being like
a bitch
like
about
just, it. Like lazy about it.
Yeah,
you know
no, he actually tried.
Really trying.
He really tried.
He wanted this fight.
But man, when you lose your vision, like that's
dude, like you're going way too hard.
It's not a good thing. 45 minutes in the sauna.
And then my thing is like, okay, so what was the conversation between him and the corner?
His corner was, they were fine with it. In the videos, they're like, they pulled him out when he lost his vision, but they were like, come on, just push through. Do you want to go back? And he was like, yeah, because of course the fighter's going to be like, I'll go back. But of course the corner has to be, it's like their responsibility. It's their responsibility to be like, man, this is too much. You know, maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
So they kind of failed him on that. So, we'll see. We'll see if they get any kind of repercussions or any kind of punishment. But that was a kind of disturbing video to see. It was really rough.
That's bad.
Moving on, Bellator is, there's the UFC and then Bellator. Right? Bellator is kind of like the little brother. It's the little brother. Mm-hmm. It's like WWE and then whatever Booker T's wrestling federation is called in Houston. He has a wrestling federation in Houston.
Yeah, but I understand.
Booker T is from Houston. He's from Houston.
I know Houston. I didn't know he had a wrestling federation.
He has a wrestling company in Houston, and he has Houston-based wrestlers go, and it's just like WWE.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know what Bellator is. Just like basically, you can watch all this stuff on cable.
It's on Spike TV.
On cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Scott Coker is their Dana White. He's their commissioner, and a lot of UFC big names have been going to Bellator. Mm-hmm. Two in particular are Rory McDonald and Gegard Mousasi. Now, Rory McDonald is the champion, and Gegard Mousasi just won his last fight. And he dominated, so they've been talking back and forth, calling each other out and stuff. Mm-hmm. So Bellator president Scott Coker told me that he is in fact he is in fact open to booking Rory McDonald versus Gegard Mousasi next. Coker, who is currently out of the country, said it's his top priority when he gets back to America, but added timing is key. Mm-hmm. So this is coming from Ariel Helwani. He's a MMA reporter from ESPN. That's going to be a really good fight because Rory McDonald is a beast and Gegard Mousasi is very technically sound with his jiu-jitsu, with his ground game and his striking. That'd be really fun to see. So I'm looking forward to that. Bellator, they need to get their numbers up. They always try to compete with the UFC. It's kind of a lost cause. It's kind of a lost cause.
Yeah, because UFC always gets pay per view.
Yeah,
people pay to watch that.
Yeah,
Bellator is not, but I do watch Bellator.
Because it's on cable. It's on cable. You don't have to pay like $100 for
it. Exactly. But no, there are some good fights on there.
They do. Yeah, for sure. But UFC has all the big names, you know.
Right, but if that keeps happening, where like the bigger names for UFC goes to Bellator's gonna be big, and I hope it was just stay like on cable, unless it's like the really big fights.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. So that's what's going on in the MMA world. Some other stuff that's going on that y'all might be interested in. Costco is raising their minimum wage to $14 an hour.
Wow. I remember
for 130,000 employees nationwide.
Yeah, I heard about that.
$14 an hour.
You know, at one point I was going to work for Costco, but I came late to the interview. Because I didn't know what it was. There was building a new Costco. And like the place where you interview at was at a different place. And I thought I was supposed to interview at the Costco that they were building with the construction workers in. Okay.
So you showed up there when it was still being built?
And then I went back and I found the actual place. I'm like, son of a bitch, bro. And I interviewed. Dude, my interview was so good.
With them?
Yes, my interview was good.
How late were you to the interview?
Maybe like 30 to an hour. But look.
What?
Probably like 30 minutes.
Damn.
But it's like, dude, I came from Walmart. I was the shit over at Walmart. Overnight stocking, bro. Like, I had recommendations on recommendations, fam. Just saying.
So they never called you.
Could have put me on in Costco because I would have been in like Sugarland or something.
They never called you back?
No, they never called me back. I'd have been in Sugarland.
You would have been making $14 an hour. Mm-hmm. And Costco is known to treat their employees very well, so their business model is really well. Yeah. So at $14 an hour, and they have great benefits, and they offer them to like health insurance and everything.
I need that stuff.
It's saying that they have 2 extra checks a year that are equal to your regular checks. They get free executive memberships. It's pretty much impossible to get fired after your probation period. They have an awesome open door policy, so you can pretty much go to anybody with any problem. Their PTO isn't the best when you start, but if you've been there long enough, you can have up to 6 weeks of vacation in a year. That being said, they expect a crazy amount of work out of you. It's a good thing that their benefits are so good because in a few years, they're going to have to replace my knees and do some serious work on my back. Edit. Also, time and a half on Sundays. There's a ton of perks working at Costco, and I love it. I could see myself working there for a long time. That's a comment on one of the people on the article. Yeah. I guess you're on your feet a whole lot.
Well, yeah. Most of it's stocking, you know what I mean? Or you're being a cashier.
Yeah, I always wondered why Walmart people wore those back braces. But, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
They fucking work them like slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Oh you lived that life, man.
Yeah.
Like,
overnight stocking, dude.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, it's barely no customers, but, you know, like, basically, you see how everything's like, you know, stacked up, all neat and stuff.
That's y'all.
Yes, that's overnight stocking. And I worked in chemicals, dude. Actually, I did chemicals, housewares, I did all that stuff. But chemicals, you have all those heavy boxes filled with like laundry detergent and all that stuff. Got to break them all open.
What safety precautions did y'all do with like laundry detergent and like chemicals and stuff like that? Did y'all nothing?
Like, what do you mean? Like, if it spilled or something?
No, like, because if y'all are breathing in all those cleaning like stuff.
Oh no, bro.
Nothing.
No
mask.
I mean, because obviously all the stuff's supposed to be closed.
Yeah, it's sealed.
Right? It's supposed to be sealed up.
Unless it's just busting bottles of bleach.
Yeah, if it's in a box that was in a trailer.
I mean, like, that stuff has busted open, and we got people to clean that up, but other than that, it's like, there's no, like, big safety precautions, bro.
You're right.
I don't give a shit about them, bro.
We really don't.
It's crazy, because, you know, a lot of people are talking about minimum wage going up, but the thing is, you know, if minimum wage goes up, cost of everything goes up, too.
It's just a surge, and now it spikes up.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, people knew... There's not a lot of people that know that, though.
Yeah, they know the consequences.
Yeah,
they just think
we're going to get a raise, and that's just that. But there's consequences to
that. For
that.
every action, there's a reaction, and for every so when that like, because these employers got to pay their employees extra, you know. They're going from $7.25 to $14, doubling their minimum wage.
No, Costco. I mean, they was gonna start me off at like 11.
No. I'm just saying any like a normal minimum wage.
Is just like,
yeah, and if that becomes a norm and they go like to 15 or 14.
Oh, the cost of living goes up.
Cost of living goes up.
Basically, everything goes up.
Milk is probably gonna be $4 a gallon. Bro, I'll be damned if I pay $4 for a gallon of milk.
Gas is $3 right
Give me a cow, shoot, yo.
Gas is $3
how do you
right
pasteurize a cow, like cow milk?
Shit, I'll learn.
I'll learn. I'll do it myself.
I'll fix this shit up there.
Yeah. But we'll see. I don't know. I still think this minimum wage thing is kind of. I don't know.
They can make minimum wage their asses back to school.
Another article. Trump says that his June 12th summit with Kim Jong-un is back on. It made headways.
Ain't nobody worried about him.
It made headways when he canceled that. He wrote an open letter to Kim Jong. He was like,
He was like, "Look here, man. Can you do an impersonation of him?
I can't. I wish I could, but yeah.
I'm gonna build the wall.
Well,
I promise.
They're meeting, so we'll see.
I don't want to mess with America.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
You have buttons. I have buttons. Come on, Justin, have a little fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was funny.
What?
You have buttons, I have buttons. You see who pissed was best.
Oh my gosh. But
Justin,
yes,
is drinking margaritas gay?
Is drinking margaritas gay?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Is it feminine? That's what he's asking. Is it feminine?
No, margaritas are good if they're priced right.
Okay. I was saying I drink margaritas
Just
all the
asking.
time.
Just asking.
But like,
why?
I'm such a man that
you never seen the interview?
Oh
my god!
Ooh, what?
The interview from the interview, the movie.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the?
Oh my god! I can't believe the interview with James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Good movie. Good movie.
Come on. I hope other people got this reference.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Speaking of the two Koreas, the two Koreas are actually making progress. North Korea and South Korea, they're agreeing to talks on military and family reunions. So there have been some families that have been separated.
What's going on there? Like who?
They never got along. North Korea.
I know that, but what happened? Like,
yeah, for real.
Who just went in there and said, "Look, we're gonna get along," and that's that?
They met Kim Jong Un and the Park Sun. No, not Park Sun. Whoever the leader for.
I know. I mean, but that's a revelation there. Like that has been.
That's never happened
for years.
Yeah.
I mean, one day it'll all be just one Korea, but the Kim Jong era, like that, needs to go away.
They just need to have. I mean, it's a communist country, but they just need to have. No, that's not. Is it categorized as communism?
They're communist.
Because this way,
I thought it was like dictatorship. Right?
Yeah, it's more dictatorship. Yeah, just like not because even communism has it a little bit better.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many ways to deal with dictatorship. I can't think of one way.
Kill
them. Also, some other world news coming around. Trump introduced a bunch of tariffs to Canada and the UK and Mexico. A lot of our allies are getting trade tariffs now. A lot of them are not too happy about that.
Canada and Mexico? Like, really?
Justin Trudeau is pretty pissed about that. The UK is saying this has been a bad day for trade in the history of trade. I don't know what Trump's doing at this point. He's fine with China. Like, China is good.
Do you know how much money we owe them?
No, but his children, their businesses run through China, too.
Ain't that a bitch?
So
you can't. Just like when we raised the tax on Mexico, and then you remember that one year, I think it was in 2014, where the limes were super expensive.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, because I was working at Cyclones, and the manager was saying, don't even give a lime to the margaritas. Don't even garnish them. One lime was like $2.
No.
I swear. That was in 2014. Yeah. The green limes were being hella taxed by Mexico.
What?
And I don't know if it had to do something with the whole, the trade and everything. But Mexico said, the hell with that. We're spiking it up. Because most of the limes come from Mexico.
Right.
And avocados, of course.
Avocados from Mexico.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. So, because of that tariff, France's Macron, their prime minister, he says U.S. tariffs are illegal and a mistake. And I kind of think, you probably shouldn't tax your allies higher on trade. It's probably not a good idea.
And it's not taxing China because it's children's business.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really doing it in favor of yourself.
Yeah, not for the whole of the nation, but that's besides the point, right? Mm-hmm. Moving on. So Puerto Rican governor, he says, quote, there will be hell to pay if data held back on hurricane deaths. So a lot of people have been, mum about how many people actually died during Hurricane Maria. That's crazy to grossly underestimate the deaths by that much, and then they had to go and ask door to door how many people died, and they told them, and they tallied that up, 5,600 and something.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
You haven't heard about that on the news that much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If 5,000 people died in the States, it would be everywhere. It would be everywhere. Yeah. But because it's a territory and not a state, it's not really talked about. Oh, we didn't touch on the cheerleader thing.
Yes, I was waiting for that.
Okay.
We should have segued into that after the whole minimum wage thing.
Yeah, I should have. My bad. We're gonna touch back on that. So, former Texans cheerleaders claim discrimination in new lawsuit. 5 former Texans cheerleaders filed suit on Friday in Houston federal court against the NFL team, accusing the Texans of paying cheerleaders a dime a minute to cheer for pro football players who were paid millions of dollars. The suit filed by attorney Gloria Allred and Houston attorney Kimberly Spurlock on behalf of 5 former Texans cheerleaders is the second filed against the Texans and the latest in a series of legal actions accusing NFL teams of failing to pay minimum wage and overtime and in subjecting cheerleaders to unsafe working conditions. Quote, while their beauty and cheers provided ample entertainment for fans, the Houston Texans cheerleaders were never treated like the integral part of the team that they are, the lawsuit said. I stand with 4 of my cheer sisters who wanted to show girls and young women that we are more than pretty faces in a cheer uniform, said Hannah Turnbow, a 2017 cheerleader who is the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit. Quote, we are a team to be reckoned with. Causes of the action include failure to receive proper payment, failure to pay minimum wage, unpaid overtime compensation, assault by threat of bodily injury, negligence, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and breach of contract. Also, the lead plaintiff, Turnbow, is in the process of filing a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the lawsuit said. Allred said that the Texans and their fans owe current and former cheerleaders respect and proper pay in their performance. Stop penny pinching. Pay these women what they deserve and be sure you pay them for every minute that they work, Allred said. Everyone who supports this team while how these cheerleaders are being treated are complicit. This is pretty bad.
This is crazy.
This is pretty bad. I knew that cheerleaders, didn't get paid as much as the athletes, but
no,
I didn't know they got paid
$725.
Yeah,
$725. I was like, really? And dude, cheerleading's a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of work. Yeah,
you gotta be definitely physically fit for it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And you got to go to all the promotional events. You got to go to all these pictures, everything like that.
And you don't get paid for that?
Nope.
That's crazy. But you know what? I guess but I know that doesn't happen to the Cowboys. Whole cheer squad, the whole cheerleaders.
Yeah,
that's a famous organization.
Yeah, that's one of
Cowboys cheerleaders. Oh yeah, they get paid.
Oh, they get paid. You know they get paid. But yeah, dude, when I read that, I was like, oh, is this real? Is this serious?
Is this real life?
And then it's and then the cheerleaders are scared. Scared or something like that. Hey, what?
We'll see how that case goes, because it's kind of a bombshell case, and with all the other stuff going on with the Texans organization, with the owner and stuff, they're trying to stay out of the limelight, but this is making national.
We're not gonna have cheerleaders.
This is making national news now, so we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Y'all got anything else?
That was a good show.
That was a good show. I mean, Deadpool was awesome.
Deadpool was awesome.
Deadpool was funny. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yes.
Go see it. Oh, and also watched Solo, a Star Wars story.
Was it good?
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot. The guy that played Han Solo was awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, Daenerys is in there. Hot.
How did Donald Glover do?
I think Domino's hot.
Oh, Sassy Beats? Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Sassy
Oh,
Beats.
hell yeah. But I knew she was hot
Yeah.
when I saw her on Atlanta. But when she played Domino on Deadpool, I was like,
He was like, what?
Shut up. Yeah. But anyway, as far as stars, Donald Glover did pretty good. I don't know. Part of me thought it was maybe I got you. Part of me think it was no. It's just he didn't have the same cadence as the original.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams. But he did really good as a Lando Calrissian. Really made it his own.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Go out and watch those movies, guys.
I forgot how long Star Wars.
Y'all better watch some movies.
Yeah, better watch some movies. With that being said, guys, it's a good wrap to the show. This is our 10th episode. We've got our big 1-0. So here's to many more episodes.
Add another 0 to that. Let's go.
Add another 0. We'll hit y'all up when we do.
Shit no.
Shit no.
With that being said, my name is Justin.
My name is Sean.
Y'all already know who I am. Bye.
Signing out. Really? No.